morning, Mr. President.
Yeah.
Almost a year ago, during your fourth State of the Nation address, you called out corruption and said, mahiya naman kayo before the members of Congress. That set expectations from you and your administration that you will wage war against corruption and no one will be spared. 1 year hence, Mr. President, do you think your administration has done enough and fast enough?
Well, I cannot say that we have done enough because we're not done yet. Unfortunately, the more we look, the more we find. And it's going already back beyond my administration, beyond my term. If you remember, I think it was in 2018, already the minority floor leader in the House, Nonoy Andaya, already says that he had uncovered 300 plus billion flood control mess. And so when we look at what happened last year or the year before, then we can see that the pattern extends beyond 2022, back beyond 2022, and back to about that time, 2017, 2018. And at the time, the President Duterte, acknowledged that there were great problems in terms of the flood control projects. Pero wala namang nangyari. Having acknowledged it, he did not find accountability in anybody. So I guess that was left up to me to do. And so we are still doing it. We're still working on it. As I said, the more we look, the more we investigate, the more we find. And this is I think, I mean, you're all experienced journalists. You know this is a deep-seated system of corruption that requires not only structural changes in the way government is run, in the way that the budget is written, but also a change in attitude. Kasi ang sinabi ko, mahiya naman kayo. Pag tinanong mo sa akin, nahiya ba sila? Yung iba, hindi. Akala nila, karapatan nila yung gagawin na ganun eh. Wala kaming ginagawang mali. Ganyan talaga patakbo rito. And that's the hardest part to change. That's the hardest part to change. The culture of within government, where to take they put all kinds of nice words, rebate, kickback yan. Wala nang ibang sa tunay na salita, kickback yan. Okay daw yun. Para sa iba, okay sa kanila yun. At saka karapatan nila bilang whatever. Meron silang share doon sa ganagastos ng pera ng gobyerno.
One follow-up, please.
Yeah.
What do you plan to do moving forward, Mr. President, now that corruption has become the favorite talking point among your critics and those who are calling for your ouster?
My answer?
My ouster.
My ouster?
Yes. Binabalik po nila sa inyo ito.
From critics.
Yeah. Kung hindi ko sinabi yung sinabi ko sa SONA, wala tayong pinag-uusapan na ganito. I'm the one who exposed all of this. And I'm the only one that has started to do anything about this. Bakit? Ang mga nakaramba na Pangulo, may nakita ba kayong ginawang ganon? Meron ba silang kinulong? Meron ba silang finish na account? Meron ba silang mga investigasyon na ginawa? Wala. Sa akin lang. Tapos sasabihin, ako daw ang may kagagawan. Kung talagang racket ko yun, ba't ko sisirain yung racket ko? Di ba? That makes absolutely no sense. So,
Mr. President, selective justice.
I'm sorry?
Selective justice.
What about selective justice?
Pinipili lang daw yung mga kinakasuhan, yung mga iniimbestigahan.
No, from the time that we formed the independent commission, sinabi ko, we'll just follow the evidence. And we'll continue to do that.
Thank you, Mr. President. The next question from Kathy Valiente of Manila Times.
Hi, good morning, Mr. President.
Yeah.
Mr. President, the Senate Impeachment Court will begin po the impeachment trial of Vice President Sara. As a former senator judge, do you think po the accused should attend the trial?
Do I?
Do you think po dapat mag-attend po yung accused sa impeachment trial po? As a former po senator judge.
Well, my only experience with an impeachment trial was when I was senator with Corona, the Corona impeachment trial. And it's really up to the accused whether or not they feel they need to appear. I guess the lawyers from on the defense side will give their advice. It's not for me to say one way or the other. But of course, it would be much easier to get to the bottom of everything if you can speak to the accused directly. And the accused can answer directly, not through secondary channels, not through the lawyers. Kung diretsong makapagsagot, di siyempre mas magiging maliwanag ang proseso, mas magiging madali ang proseso. But that's just my own opinion, and that's not a legal opinion because I'm not a lawyer. But if I'm just trying to put myself in that position, so I would probably myself, if it was me being accused, I would almost insist over the advice of lawyers. If they advise me not to appear, I would insist on appearing because kaya ko namang sagutin. Sige, sagutin natin.
Thank you, Mr. President. We're down to the last two questions, Mr. President. So, Evelyn Quiroz of Filipino Mirror.
Wala. Here. There's another one here.
Good morning. Good morning, Mr. President.
Good morning.
Follow-up ko lang po sana. Meron po ba tayong inventory ng mga contractors, congressmen, and construction companies po na previously in-announce nyo po? Kasi po nung nag-present po kayo sa amin 11 months ago, meron pong 15 contractors na naka-corner ng mga malalaking flood control projects.
So, what's the question?
Ano po, may inventory po na nasubmit sa inyo?
Oo. Hindi pa ako nakapag-speech sa SONA, meron na eh. Maliwanag naman eh, nasa papeles lahat eh. So, in fact, if you remember, when I spoke about it with you around that time, nagbigay talaga ako ng listahan ng mga kontrakto. And since then, naimbestigahan sila lahat. Yung nakitang meron talagang problema, marami, may kaso na sila. At saka na-freeze na yung mga account nila. Tapos tuloy ang investigation sa kanila. At itutuloy yung mga kaso sa kanila. Yung iba naman, there were naman one or two na it turns out na although nakapangalan sila doon at malaki yung mga kontrata nila, wala naman naging problema. So, what we have, yes, we have the inventory not only of the contractors but also the projects themselves that are problematic.
Follow-up lang po, Mr. President. Pwede po makahingi ng comment nyo doon po sa plano ng Ombudsman na i-discharge as a state witness si former DPWH Secretary Bonoan. Sabi po kasi ng Ombudsman, mas mapapalakas daw po ang kaso against the former Speaker,
Well,
Martin
again,
Romualdez. Thank you po.
that is up to the ombudsman to decide on how to proceed with all of these investigations. And if he feels that the former secretary Manny Bonoan will be helpful to the cases with the other people, then again, to use the word again, it is his prerogative. It is his decision. It is his judgment to make. And I have complete faith in the ombudsman and what he's doing.
Thank you, Mr. President.